The Battle of Gettysburg, July 1st through the 3rd, 1863, resulted in the largest number of casualties in the Civil War, over 51,000, and it's frequently cited as the war's turning point. Abraham Lincoln's address at the dedication of the Soldiers' National Cemetery in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, on November 19, 1863, has come to be regarded as one of the greatest speeches in American history. His opening words invoked the principles of human equality espoused by the Declaration of Independence and defined the Civil War as a new birth of freedom that would bring true equality to all of its citizens. His ending words symbolized the definition of democracy itself, and those words consecrated the living in the struggle to ensure that the government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth. The Gettysburg Address. 7 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation, or any nation so conceived and so dedicated, can long endure. We are met on a great battlefield of that war. We have come to dedicate a portion of that field as a final resting place for those who here gave their lives that the nation might live. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this. But in a larger sense, we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, we cannot hallow this ground. The brave men, living and dead, who struggled here have consecrated it far above our poor power to add or detract. The world will little note nor long remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here. It is for us, the living, rather, to be dedicated here to the unfinished work which they who fought here have thus far so nobly advanced. It is rather for us to be here, dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that from these honored dead we take increased devotion to that cause for which they have gave the last full measure of devotion, that we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation under God shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth.